Welcome back to Strong Woman Highs. We are out and about in fields doing things.
Not going to tell you where.
No, secret location that is only available to us to know.
And the sheep.
And the sheep, yeah. But we thought we'd try and do video podcasting. We haven't really got a very good idea of what we're doing, but we're just making it work.
We never have an idea.
No, we don't want to look at you, so we're going to let you look at the view and just talk some shit.
Because it's magnificent.
It is pretty magnificent.
What a day.
You can usually sometimes you can see them windmills, but you used to be able to see the windmills at Redcar.
No way.
Yeah, if it's really, really clear, it's like it should be over there, but I don't think it's clear enough today. Or maybe it is over there. No, it's there.
Cleveland Hills are here.
Yeah,
so
there they are. You can see them.
Farm, yeah.
The ones right at the far side. There's like a couple of random ones in there, but they're not the important ones. They're the good ones, the Redcar ones.
And then Saltburn Cliffs are that side of it, aren't they?
We can literally see your house.
Whoa.
From here.
Don't tell people I live in Redcar. It's embarrassing. I'll lose all my street cred.
Or do you gain more street cred?
For not living in Hartlepool anymore?
Well, no, because it just makes you a bit hardcore, doesn't it, living in Redcar?
I guess so.
Because you're having to battle children on dirt
Riots
bikes with
and
balaclavas.
Fucking heroin addicts.
All the important things.
Yeah. The great British public.
So what we're going to talk about today...
Well, I think you're not spoken about the Irish Cup yet, have you?
Oh yeah, let's do a little recap of what we've been up to.
Because it is Strong Woman Highs after all.
Yeah, let's do a...
This is a sport show.
What? We talk about sports.
And fields.
We'll talk about what we've been up to. So I did the Irish Strength Cup. That was really good fun.
Yeah.
Definitely, probably one of the best comps I've ever been to. I would have said.
In what kind of category? Because location was fucking bob on.
Yeah,
that
location
was really excellent.
Location was absolutely spot on. Organisation was also spot on.
Yeah.
The setup was great because obviously we were in a castle and all our bags were in the castle. And then there was like really nice toilets and a lady was in there cleaning them throughout the day as well. So they were just like always spot on. There was like a little cafe with food that you could get. There was a pizza van and the comp ran in, I think, just over 3 hours it took.
Yeah.
So 6 events in 3 hours. Piece of piss.
Nice.
Didn't have to wait for hours in between events. Was just warmed up onto the next one, onto the next one, onto the next one. And then obviously there was a live stream, so that was really good for everybody to watch. And then there was a guy doing media as well, and he gave us all our like photos and stuff for free, which was really nice because then it meant like we could do the promo for it and stuff like that. And then just to top it all off, I also won £1,000. So win-win. It was just all round very good vibes, and everyone was in a very nice mood as well. Like, it was you're always going to get the odd people who were like upset with themselves on events and stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The general vibe was that everyone was just buzzing.
Yeah.
Like, didn't matter how you did, everyone was just happy to be there.
That's really cool.
And it was really nice. So it's definitely one I'm going to do again next year.
What was your favourite event?
Ooh, my favourite. Do you know what? In a wild turn of events, I think my favourite event was the deadlift because I just annihilated it. I feel like I could have done 10 to 12 reps if I'd really needed to, and I only did 5, and they just felt so easy. It's probably the easiest and least taxing deadlift event I've ever done at a comp before.
So what was it?
It was 180 for reps.
Just on a deadlift bar?
Yeah, suited. But I think because in my head I'd sort of thought that was going to be hard. And I remember doing England's last year and I did 170 for 9, I think, in a suit. And it was really hard. And like I struggled with the last few reps. And I did that 5 with 180 and I was like, I could just keep going forever.
Yeah.
I'll never have to finish deadlifting. I could just keep deadlifting this bar forever now. And yeah, it was really good. So I think that was like my proudest and best event. I like the power stairs at the end, but I like power stairs as a final event because I think it's fun to watch.
I think it's a really nice final piece as well.
Yeah, I do, especially when it's head to head. If it was on its own, no.
Oh god, it would be boring.
Awful.
And take forever.
Yeah, but head to head, it's a great event, I think, for finishing. But yeah, it was just a generally good comp. A really nice comp, good vibes, fun times.
I think that's really appropriate considering, what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, for Mark, yeah. Well, I think he would.
A memorial competition, so yeah, if there were Rajis and it was ran shit, it would be a bit poor form, really, in his
honor. Yeah, 100%, yeah. But it wasn't. It was just mint. Like, I can't wait for it next year. Like, I'm almost like, don't do anything else, just that one. I'll just compete at the Irish Strength Cup forever now.
That's nice.
Just do that year in, year out.
That's what you want, innit? Events to come up that you absolutely loved from start to finish, that you just buzzing to do again the next year.
Well, that's the thing.
Just look forward to it rather than dreading them.
Because it's a hobby, innit? Like, and I enjoyed every moment of that day. There wasn't one bit of the day where I was like, oh, fuck this. Like, I don't want to do this. Every bit of it, I was like, this is great crack. Like, I'm having a lovely time.
Yeah.
My elbows won't allow me to sit like that anymore. I'm going to have to lie down. Sorry, video.
And that's definitely not Redcar now that I'm familiar with where I am.
Are you sure?
It's fucking not like, is it? Cleveland Hills are over there. Why would Redcar be over here?
Well, where
I can see loads of smoke and industry. That's Middlesbrough, Redcar, Billingham over there. So then the Redcar wind farm is going to be just off to the right hand side of that.
Well, whose windmills are them?
They're near Hartlepool.
They can't. They're
inland. They're not in Hartlepool.
Not
they're like
in the sea.
they're like East Durham though, but not coastal. They're inland.
I have no idea. I've got no relevant information to where I am at all.
They're like around Wingus, Trimdony kind of.
Wingus?
Yeah.
That can't be a real place.
Yeah, it is.
Wingus? That's a funny word.
Wingate?
Wingate. Oh, Wingate. Wingate makes more sense. Wingus sounds hilarious.
Wingut.
Sounds like a really good name for a dog or something. Wingus. Wingus!
Winnet.
Maybe not win it, no. But yeah, Irish Strength Cup was great. And then I've also been at a camp that I'm going to shout out, Camp VC. Which if you're a woman, you can listen to this bit. If you're a man, you'll have to turn off for the next couple of minutes.
What about transgender?
Yep, transgender's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yep. If you identify as a woman, you are good to go. But yeah, basically it's a women's only camp. I don't think they actually say that you can't come if you're a man. It's just like an unwritten rule that it's for girls.
You don't want to be inviting your fella?
Nah, like if you're a boy and you want to come, you need to reassess your choices in life. Yeah. But yeah, it's...
Richard would totally want to go and hang out with thousands of women. So we'll just tell him that men are not allowed.
Men are not allowed, no. But yeah, it's a really cool camp. I actually followed it in the very beginning when it started in like, I think it was either 2016 or 2017. And it started as just like a motorbike camp for women, like a place for like people on motorbikes to come and meet up. And now it's like made into this like big festival where there's like loads of stuff to do. But you can do like workshops on like how to fix bikes and how to fix cars. And like there's a tattoo lady there doing tattoos, and then like workshops on tattoo aftercare and like how to get into the industry and like loads of stuff.
That's ace.
You can go on dirt bikes, you can do foraging, you can do health and well-being, you can learn how to do a podcast, loads of stuff. Loads of interesting things.
Did you go to the How to Do a Podcast workshop?
Of course I did.
Good laugh.
Of course I did, because I care about this podcast. But I did get some very useful information, from Michelle, who runs the She Who Dares Wins podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And she was very helpful and gave me lots of good ideas, so I'm robbing them all off her.
It's a canny podcast, that. I like the episodes with is it Jess?
Jess, oh yeah, Ben's cousin, yeah. Check it out. It's on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it is on YouTube, but it's also on Spotify. It's on pretty much every platform ever. Good. That was one of the things she told me, is to get our podcast on everything. Yeah. So that's my plan for the next couple of weeks.
You don't want to be limited to one kind of place because not everybody has Spotify, do they?
Yeah.
And
Well,
not everybody wants to go on YouTube for a podcast either if they just want to listen to it, having that app open.
yeah, because it is annoying, isn't it?
No,
Who's
it's
buying
fucking-
YouTube Premium? Nobody.
Look at the state of the A66.
Oh, just jokes,
Fucking
innit?
hell.
We are going to have to cut back across the road because if we try and join the 66 coming that way, we'll never get home.
No.
Ever.
Might as well just leave the car and walk.
It would probably be faster, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that Camp VC was really good.
What does the VC stand for?
Do you know what? I thought about this the other day. I have no idea. I don't know at all.
Vagina, cunt.
I mean, maybe. I don't know, but it's really cool. It's worth going if you just go into like for the crack. Like, if I'm not working it next year to do some like strongman stuff there, I'm just gonna go for the crack.
Yeah.
But I did have to do a talk in front of like a load of people on the first night, and Michelle did it, and it was like a get to know us. And there was me and a stunt woman and a GB rafter called Kitty, and she was really sound. And they were like asking us loads of questions, and I was so embarrassed. I was really, really shy, really uncomfortable
That's
and awkward.
weird.
Yeah, I know. But then I was thinking, I don't really do a lot of talking in front of a lot of people.
That's fair.
I'm always like behind a screen, aren't I?
Yeah, you are, and taken out of the context of your sport,
Yeah.
you probably felt quite out of place.
I was definitely out of my depth, yeah. But it was good. I tried to make some jokes. I don't think I was very funny, but people laughed. Probably just at me.
Oh, she thinks it's funny.
Oh,
Lol.
But that's fine. And yeah, it was good fun. But I had to leave a bit early because I was reffing. Reffing at home.
Oh, yeah. Narwhal.
Narwhal, no.
No.
There was so much controversy of what we call it there when we were at the day. Knoll. Because people were calling it Knoll, Narwhal, Narwhal. I think that was
like
just
narwhal.
me calling it Narwhal.
Yeah.
I like Narwhal as well.
It
I
is
think we should-
Knoll, though, isn't it?
Knoll.
N-A-W-L.
Yeah, it is meant to be Knoll. But I think they should change it to Narwhal. Put an R in it somehow. I don't know how. Oh no, microphone, what are you doing?
Regina.
Just
This is the
Northern-
Royal Amateur.
Northern Amateur Royal Women's League.
Yeah.
Narwhal. Might need another A in there. It's a lot of consonants.
It's allowed to be.
What have you been up to for the past few weeks? Tell us your travels.
Oh, what have I done? Basically now, because it's too hot to train, it's too hot to run. I did go for a run like a month ago to take my car to some specialist like 20 miles away.
Oh.
Leave the car there and then get home somehow, and then they ring me like the next day. So
And then did you run back?
I ran from where I dropped it off to Eagles Cliff train station.
Oh.
Caught a train to Borough. No, that was a different day. Caught a train to Redcar and then ran from Redcar station to home, which was like now. So it was about 2.5 to 3 kilometres.
Yeah.
But
I bet it was hard after the break,
hot.
though.
It was a hot day, and I had a pack on. And about 100 metres, 200 metres away from home, I got an overwhelming feeling that I was about to shit my pants.
Oh,
And then
no.
I got into the house, got upstairs, and yeah, like a brown tap had been turned on.
Oh, no.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Just from the heat. I
Heat
just couldn't,
diarrhea.
I just couldn't deal with it. And my body was just like, let's get everything out. Come on. She's struggling here.
We can't hold this extra weight any longer.
Come on. Don't be silly. So yeah, just kind of, it put me off completely.
So you just stopped running. You're like,
I'm
that's
allergic
enough.
to running now.
No running
It's
in the
too
heat.
hot. No. So that's that. I've done a few bits when it's been cooler because it hasn't been consistently hot, which is nice. But nothing daft, no daft distances. Oh no, I went up Eston Nab the other day.
I was going to say, I'm sure you did a really long one the other day.
Like 17 kilometres or something. That just ran from the house.
Yeah.
Up the A17 and then up Eston Nab and back. But fuck me, the people up there are absolutely disgraceful.
Why?
It was awful. It was just like running up towards a council estate on a hill.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You know, with no like laws or anything.
Yeah.
So I won't do that again in summer holidays. I'll wait until the kids are back at school because it was mostly just overrun by little rafts. So
summer holidays are always a nightmare, aren't they?
Well, I thought I couldn't decide. Should I go to the beach and run along the beach and see if I can get to Saltburn and back, or should I stay away from the beach? And my argument for that was, every cunt's going to be on the beach today.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's some holidays. Every bastard's going to be at the beach. But there weren't, because there were some bastards on Eston Nab pissing me off. This, honestly, mate, it's the fucking scruffiest place I've ever been to. You know, like, you'd expect it to be quite nice. You're going through some woodland and you're going up onto moor tops, but
not the vibe.
Well, it's just burnt out cars and litter, and they've tried setting fire to trees and...
Oh, we don't like setting fire to trees.
Not when they're living, I mean, come on.
No.
Oh. And then there's, like, fucking St. George flags everywhere, and R.I.P. this, that and the other.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's EDL Hill.
EDL Hill, not the vibe.
Can't.
Do you reckon this farmer's going to come and try and move us on? I hope he doesn't.
No, be a cool farmer.
Be a cool farmer, mate. Come on.
We're not doing any harm.
We're just chilling in the sun.
Yeah.
It's very warm. I feel like I might go to sleep.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take my socks off.
It's not going to make a very good podcast if we're just asleep in a field.
It's all right.
Sorry, everybody. We tried to make it better, and
we
we failed.
We failed. We've got the important points out. Irish Cup, don't go up Eston Nab, and running in the heat will give you diarrhoea.
Yeah, I mean, what more could you want, really?
I don't know what anybody else wants from me other than that information right there.
No.
What else has happened? I don't even know. When was the last time we did this?
Got to edge. I think the last one was with Chloe.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Peaks. Okay, so...
We're very bad at consistency.
What month was that?
Definitely
June?
last month.
Is it July or June?
I reckon we've probably done...
It was after Brits, wasn't it?
I think it was beginning of July. So it's like nearly a full month since we've done a podcast. But I feel like as long as we can keep it regularly consistent to monthlies, that's like...
Once a month is sufficient.
There is consistency there. And if we get bonus episodes here and there, then great. But consistently once a month would be...
If you want more than that, you need to pay us. Come on.
Yeah.
Send us some money.
Well, this was the next option, is we have a look at potentially Patreon, and then we do a no holds barred, because I mean sometimes we have to edit some of these episodes mainly because of you.
Yeah.
But we do a no holds barred episodes on
it's difficult
Patreon.
Staying politically correct, isn't it?
100%. And
when you haven't been brought up in a PC decade.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
It's hard.
I agree, and I think it's so easy to be in cancel culture now, and we're sort of pulling on the fact that we have a slight comedy edge to this sometimes.
It's the only edge we have, really.
If that's the only edge we have, then I think we have problems.
Well, no. Like, I think the greatest gift in the world is being able to make people laugh.
Oh, I would agree. I think
imagine a world where nobody laughed. That would be awful.
It would be fucking terrible. I would hate it. I think that one of my main points is that I'm quite funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Only sometimes, not all of the time.
I mean, generally, you are a funny person, just odd.
Just a bit stupid.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I get the rest of my back tanned, though. So
that's a good idea.
Podcasting, you're getting...
I'm very conscious that I'll probably... Oh, no.
A nude show.
UV4.
A what?
The UV's 4 at the moment.
Yeah, it won't be that bad because there's clouds. But I'm on a mission this year
I've decided to not use sun cream ever because I feel like I saw it once on Instagram that someone said that sun cream could be bad for you. So I was like, nice one. That's the only excuse that I needed
Oh God.
to never wear sun cream ever again.
Ah.
So I'm just trying to train my skin to get used to the sun so that it doesn't always burn.
Legit though, that's a smart thing to do.
It does work.
It does.
Because when I was at
If you
Hull
get
the
your
other
skin
week,
out
I didn't.
sooner in the season, it's better.
Yeah, well, I've been doing this for ages now, and then when I was at Hull the other day, it was red as like 25 degrees all day,
Yeah.
and I had like a backless like jumpsuity thing on, and I didn't put sun cream on all day, and yeah, I was burnt. Like when I got home, I was like, yeah, definitely burnt, but it didn't peel, it didn't go gross, it wasn't minging. Like 2 days later, I was fine. It was just tan.
Well, there we have it,
So-
ladies and gentlemen, mostly ladies. Becca doesn't believe in skin cancer.
No, I don't.
Cool.
I'm gonna keep believing that sun cream is worse than skin cancer.
I would just put it out there, listeners, do what your mum always told you to do. So then if you get skin cancer, you can blame her. Let's not bring Becca into this. She's nobody's mum,
That's a very good point.
apart from Chunk.
Yeah, no, I'm nobody's mum. And Chunky doesn't need sun cream, she's got too much fur.
She is fur. No, she's not. Gorilla is fur.
Gorilla
And
is
sticky
fur,
balls.
yeah. But yeah, so that's my views on sun cream anyway.
Dr. Morgan.
I'm not a medical professional yet. So do not take any advice that I say.
I don't know why I'm turning around to
Truthfully-
burn the back of my legs, maybe.
I feel like the back of my legs never tan.
They
Like
don't.
the fronts of my legs are tanned, but the back's just
My knees tan,
yeah, my knees tan.
and none of the rest of my legs.
I burn my knees quite a lot.
Do
Like the tops of my knees burn, yeah, but then they
Gosh.
always just go to tan, but then it means they're darker than everything else.
Hmm.
And I'm like, why you've just got brown knees?
Maybe they're just dirty.
That's
Just
a
got
very good
mucky
chance.
knees.
I dropped a potato out of the oven on them yesterday and I really burnt it. It was so hot. It really
There's
hurt
nothing
my knee.
hotter than a potato straight out of the oven.
Oh
I must
God,
say.
I cannot
Other
help
than
myself.
a cheese toasty with tomatoes in it.
Ooh, that's a
Fucking
right
hell.
meal. That I love a cheese toast.
But that is fire there. So that's absolute lava.
Do you know what I always get burnt on? Lasagnas.
Same.
I
You have
can't.
to, like,
I can't
do
wait.
the
Yeah. Sometimes
million
I've got to the
times
point where I've
before.
spat it out because it's been that hot.
I also have.
But I just can't. And I know when I get it out of the oven,
It's too delicious though. You just can't wait.
can't help
Just
yourself,
can't do
can you?
Nope.
Can't help yourself.
I've got one of them. You know, like the day after burning your tongue. That feeling when it's fuzzy.
It's the worst, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I don't like? When you burn underneath your teeth there.
Ew. No.
That really hurts and it swells up
And
a
then it
little bit.
peels.
And you get like a lumpy bit at the back of your
Blech.
teeth. My least favourite thing.
If only food wasn't so delicious.
Do you know what? I feel like a lot of problems in my life would be solved if food wasn't so delicious.
Yeah.
Because I just cannot stop eating.
No.
Well, I can.
However, you're not on my 100 kilogram child, are you? So
No, I am actually doing quite well. I weigh like 84 kilos at the moment, so I am doing quite well. But like the hunger that I feel, I don't say like, because obviously Bex asks me how hungry I am, and I'm like, oh, I'm not hungry at all, but I am, but not normal.
So you lie.
Well, I'm not
to it.
lying because I don't think it's a correct emotion. Because it's not like I'm hungry and I'm gonna die. Do you know what I mean?
You
It's
don't
just-
actually feel your stomach gurgling.
No.
Right.
Like I'm not getting any symptoms of hunger where like
You
I'm
just
like.
would eat more.
It's just my brain
Yeah.
saying you have not felt like so full that you feel sick for a really long time.
There's
Therefore, you
something
must
wrong with you.
be dying.
Yeah.
And I think that's all it is. It's like an unhealthy
So
need.
Ozempic would be good for you, wouldn't it?
Well, I've had to look at this, and a few people have said that, but I just don't know how good it would be at actually stopping my appetite because I feel like my appetite is next level.
Well, the problem is it will deal with your appetite when you're taking it, but the issue will come once you come off it. Your
yeah, I'm
appetite
going to be
will
back
come
to the same. Yeah.
Your stomach might have shrank because you're eating smaller portions, but that's got nothing to do with the hormonal response. You know, like
well,
that.
I know.
Is it a hormone? Is it leptin?
I think so, innit? I'm sure it is a hormone.
There's leptin and ghrelin or something like that, or Gremlin.
Gra-
Gremlin?
Gremlins?
It sounds like it should be Gremlin, so like the Hunger Gremlin
Yeah, we'll call it
Um,
that for the
and
sake of.
leptin. But yeah, they're like, for some people, they've got a problem. I think my sister has this issue. Like, she doesn't know that she's full, and
Yeah.
she can just keep eating.
Oh yeah, that's 100% me. I have like absolutely zero stopping point. Never. I can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and I'll feel full, and like I'll feel full to the point of I'm gonna be a little bit sick now.
Yeah.
But then like 10 minutes later, I'll be like, I could probably eat something else.
Yeah, I think that only really happens to me when I'm really stoned, where I can just keep going.
I think
Like,
that
you can
don't-
say
yeah.
something to me and it'll put me off my food, and I'll just stop eating. I'll be like, oh, I'm
Oh.
full now.
Oh, God,
Like,
no.
halfway through a meal.
I'd see. I think as well because I was always brought up the act to finish your plate,
There is
and if
that.
I go anywhere, I cannot leave food. I'll eat other people's food so that they don't leave it.
Yeah.
I've got better at not doing that because it is uncomfortable, I think, for other people when we're like out for tea and I'm like, "Are you finished?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to eat the rest of your meal now."
Savage. You absolute animal.
I just can't help it. I just can't leave food.
It is a problem. Like, obesity has been trained into us by a generation that couldn't afford an awful lot of food.
Yeah, fucking boomers.
So yeah, like, you shouldn't waste it. You should eat all of it and make the most of it. But food's in abundance now. Mostly like heavily processed garbage, but still, it's not difficult to come by.
No.
But it's really like, we need the tune to be different. You know, you can leave food because actually eating all of it will cause you to be obese.
I know.
You get diabetes, etc.
Yeah, it's just a hard line to play, isn't it?
It is. Oh, bless. You little fucking closet fatty.
Well, on that note as well, I actually don't think you could take Ozempic and still be in the 90s, could you?
No.
Because not really. Is it performance enhancing?
If you were diabetic and it's prescribed to you, I think that could be the way to circumnavigate it. But if you don't have diabetes, there's no place for you to be taking that.
Yeah, no. Well, I had to look on because I looked at the Natural Strongman list of banned substances today, and it is there's quite a lot on there. I didn't see Ozempic, but I wasn't looking for it, so I mean, I wouldn't have seen it because there was so many fucking big words in there.
Oh no, I can't.
I didn't know what they meant at all.
The big words.
But they've brought out their new thing, which is like all their banned substances, all the things that you can and can't do, all the rules and stuff like that.
So what's the gist of it there?
Well, the gist is that you can...
Am I allowed to?
Well, if you've been 3 years clean, then technically yes.
Oh, shit. Another 2 years,
Another 2 years and I'll be ready to go. But yeah, so when you've got 3 years clean, you can come and join the Natties with us.
So I'll see you there. 2026.
Hell yeah, let's go. But yeah, that's the general rule. They've got a thing now where you can do like TUEs for if you say you're on inhalers and stuff like that, so you can get tested and not have to take an inhaler so you don't die. Which I think is really good and was needed because it was all just a bit wishy-washy like at the beginning, which I get because it's hard to build something like that from nothing, isn't it? And it has to start somewhere, but yeah, the general consensus is 3 years. They said on the video podcast, Stephen, that they were looking to probably extend that at some point. But he did make a very good point that, like, in the Olympics or, like, the IPF, they do have, like, sanctions in place that's, like, 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not, like, if you get dinged for a drug test, you're only banned for 2 years. So... while there's the argument of like, well, you need to be a natty forever.
Yeah.
Even the Olympics can't hold that standard. So, how would you ever? I don't know what the word is.
Some little natural strongman competition being more holier than thou than the Olympics.
Yeah, like
it's a bit obscene, isn't it?
It's never going to work. But then it makes the question really hard of like, well, is it fair? Because if you came in 2026, I'd be pretty angry, especially if you came in the 82s.
I'd be angry as well, mate, because fucking hell, like, it would just show me up. The amount of gear that I've had to take, and I'm weaker than a load of knives.
No, I think if you did a proper prep,
If I did a
gear,
proper
think you'd
prep,
be fine.
yeah.
But I do think you would have the advantage of having a few years of ped use on you.
Well, that's just it. It's helped me gain and retain lean muscle tissue that potentially would have been a lot harder to come by had I not gone down that route in the first place. So this is exactly like, I think rules are great and it's nice to have a guideline firmly established, but for me personally, I would never ever step foot in a tested sport against people that I believe are being honest about their lack of usage across the board. You know, they're clean as a fucking whistle, and I want it to remain that way.
Yeah.
There is no place for me to be involved in a tested sport because I have, and would happily take again performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how long I've been off them. The base of my training has been on gear, so it's unfair. Even if Natty's beat me, I'd still be like, well, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? But I still shouldn't be here.
Yeah. I think this is the hard thing, isn't it? Because I had very grey area opinions earlier in the year. One, when I wasn't competing, and two, when I didn't have major competition against me. And now I do. I have very different opinions. But one, I think maybe because the problem is I'm too competitive for my own good.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, as well, because I have the extra pressure of winning last year, so I know that I really want to win.
And
this
that really
year.
sucks, mate. Yeah, that's not. I think a lot of people don't realise just how stressful being a champion of anything is, because the next year you come back and you have no idea how much harder it is to stay ahead than being in a position where you're chasing somebody. It's much easier to chase than to run away.
Yeah, it's easier to be the fucking underdog, isn't it? And come out. Like, I sort of knew last year that people were expecting me to win, but there was a few other people that could potentially have knocked me off that top spot had I not been as good as I fucking was.
As psychotic as you were.
Yeah, I was a bit intense, like. But yeah, this year I feel like it's almost worse. Like, I've never been as close to pulling out of competitions as I have this year, where I've just been like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking do that, because there's a good chance I'm not gonna win, so I'm not gonna do it, which is sad, because that's not really the whole reason I do the sport. Like, I don't just do it to win. I do it because I like it. But
if you know that you're not going to have a good time unless you win in that particular thing, because that's mainly the reason why you got involved in it in the first place, then it's best to just be happy with yourself.
I think, like, so Europe's is coming up, and that's like 2 weeks, and I think because I want to be on the podium for that, but I also don't feel as much pressure if I don't get that podium there. Like, I know that I've got a really good chance of getting the podium, but if I didn't get on the podium for Europe, I'd be upset and I'd be disappointed. But if I was beaten fair and square by other competitors who were better than me on the day,
wouldn't really matter, would it?
I'd be like, yeah, fair enough. Like, I'm just not like strong enough. I need to come back and give me something to work on. But like, Natty Worlds feels like Natty Worlds feels awful this year, which sounds really bad. But I don't care. I'm just gonna fucking say it, just because
it's your podcast, mate.
It's my podcast. Say what I fucking want.
God,
come at me.
Down.
Tell me your fucking issues with it later on.
Calm down.
But I think because one, I think there's a few people in some of the categories that don't appear to be particularly natty, which has annoyed me, and I think as well these people stand a good chance of knocking me off my top spot, and that in itself makes me just angry.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pill to swallow, that, isn't it?
Yeah, and like, I don't mind being beat in a fair playing field, but I do mind being beat on an unfair playing field. And I get that I'm competing in untested like the week before in Europe's, but I know that's an unfair playing field. So it's easier to tolerate, isn't
Yeah.
it? But knowing that you should be on a fair playing field and then looking at it and thinking, this doesn't look as fair as I was hoping.
And that's just the problem that I have with it all is, like, I would probably feel the fucking same if I was clean as a whistle and there was a tested federation for me to get my teeth sunk into, but I don't trust that other people are in the sport for all of the right reasons, you know.
Yeah.
When there's, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you can only take what people say.
100%.
And if they're saying that, and if the rule is 3 years clear of taking performance-enhancing drugs, they could have been on gear for 10 years prior to those 3 years of not taking stuff, and they will still be at a distinct advantage to other athletes because of the difference in the quality of muscle tissue that they've got.
Yeah, 100%. And I think this is what's like just annoyed me about the whole thing, because there isn't anything we can do about it.
No.
Like, you've just got to sort of, and it's not a problem, like, this isn't me bitching and moaning about the, like, Natural Strongman Federation as a whole. It's just me saying, like, it feels unfair, but I'm aware there's nothing that we can do about it. Because even people, like, you getting drug tested, and I know they said the hair strand testing, they're going for 3 years, but hair strand testing doesn't go back for a year.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's 6 months maximum. So, like, you could be 6 months clean and still compete. And as well, like, for what I know that they've got a big comprehensive list of what they're testing for now, but I know stuff like, say, BPC or your peptides and stuff, they're banned, but I don't think they can test for that.
No.
No matter what sort of testing that you do, I don't think, because your body naturally produces it anyway. And a lot of stuff as well is in and out your system really fast, innit? I'm saying a lot like I know about drugs here.
Well,
I do.
Yeah, it's not difficult to find out, is it? And if you're curious, you look into it.
Yeah, there's ways around it all, isn't there? That's the problem.
Like, you probably know a lot more than a lot of people who've been taking gear for fucking years, do. Who know absolutely waff all.
Yeah, I think it's a really hard predicament that the natty strongman scene is in at the moment, and there's nothing that anyone can do.
No,
so
you just have to trust that people are being honest.
Yeah, and if you're one of these people that isn't being honest, fuck you.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty shady, isn't it? Get in the bin.
Just get in the fucking bin. Leave us alone. Go and do the untested. There's so many pathways.
I mean, just take drugs and have fun. It's fine.
To be honest, I've got to a point now where I'm just like, I'm about ready.
What's the point in this natty life anymore?
I am about ready to give up my natty status.
Give me the tren.
Well, I nearly got pushed when I did my bicep, and I thought, fuck it, I'm taking BPC.
Yeah.
And then I asked Stephen if I could, and he was like, well, no, if you want to compete in the natties, you can't. And unfortunately, my morals won't allow me to do things and then lie about them. So I didn't do it. And then, like, the last few weeks, my recovery's been really bad, and I've felt really poorly and, like, ill. And I just thought, do you know what would be easier than this?
Drugs.
And it's taken everything for me to not just go, oh, fuck it, just do it.
Yeah.
But I think, one, because I don't like being backed into a corner by things to make decisions. I like to make decisions with an open mind. But also, I just don't think I'm quite ready yet. The risk still outweighs the reward.
You're still making improvements every year, so there literally is no point of you stepping into that territory.
Yeah, I know.
Until gains are hard to come by. Because they're fucking not at the moment for you.
I know, but
just
still.
Holding your body together is hard to come by.
Well, this is the problem. If my body was held together better, then it would be all right.
What I would suggest is you stop training like you've taken gear, and your body might be all right with that. It's so intense, mate.
Yeah,
it's a bit much.
I think I just hate, but I'm fueled all the time. I said this when I was at Camp VC. I'm fueled by embarrassment of being like doing something bad and not doing it right. So it just feels like all my training sessions. The minute I get to a training session, I think, can't be arsed. Like, don't want to do this. Or like, Molly's programmed me 1,000 sets of death, And I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to do all these sets. And literally the back of my mind would be like, yeah, what if you look a dick on the day though, because you haven't practiced it enough? Or what if your other competitors are doing these sets and you're not? And I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll do it then. And that's literally what my training motivation is.
At least there's some.
Yeah, it's not healthy though.
No. I've just got the little pothead on my shoulder going, just stay home, get stoned. It's all right.
Would be easier.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
would be
we'll
much
walk
nicer.
to the kitchen and do a few reps of snack making, and then we'll sit back down again.
I tell you what, I can't wait for both these competitions to be over because Fat Becca is making a return.
Fat Becca.
Fat Becca is going to be
Fat Mrs. Becca.
absolutely on it. I can't, like, I've literally got plans of places I'm going to go and eat
Fat wife.
after I've done Natty Worlds away in. Actually, I'll probably be sensible around Natty Worlds because it's a comp in it and I won't want to eat loads of garbage. But the minute that comp is done,
Yeah.
I am going to fill my body with all the ultra processed garbage I can find.
Good.
I can't wait. I'm going to be
Good.
so violently ill for my
Oh,
wedding.
Jesus. You're going to be a walking bloat.
I am.
You're going to be like one of them hippos on your hat.
People were like, oh, you're not worried about fitting your wedding dress? I was like, this is why I bought a stretchy one, you donuts. No, I'm not worried about fitting in it because I'll just look like a fatty in it. I don't care. Because I'll be fat and I'll be happy. But yeah, no, it should be good. It should be good. We're getting there. We've just got to get these comps out of there. And then we're away.
Yeah. So then that's it for the rest of the year, eh?
Yeah, that's it.
No seriousness for the rest of the year. But you're doing Middlesbrough Strongest, aren't you?
Maybe.
In October.
We'll see.
Cool.
Oh, I'll obviously be doing the teams comp at Chaos as well, the Christmas teams
yeah.
comp, because that's one of the major events of the year for me now. Me and Ben Zachary, Team Car Crash, making a return. 2 good biceps and 2 good brain cells in between us both.
I might see if Dan Cave wants to do that.
Do it.
Absolutely wipe the floor with you and...
Well, no, he won't be able to wipe the floor with us.
What?
We didn't do very well last year, but we didn't do badly for something that we didn't train for, and I turned up.
It was Josh
so
and Rosie,
hungover.
wasn't it, last year?
Yeah, they took it way too seriously though, but they don't realise
They do,
that me
though,
and Ben
don't
are going to take it really seriously this year. So yeah, they're fucked. We're going to beat them.
You were hungover. It was new level
Northern night out,
wasn't it?
Yeah, and
New
I was like,
level
I'll be
Northern.
really, really sensible, and then I wasn't.
No.
And I just got smashed.
Yeah.
And I remember trying to eat a Domino's pizza on the drive home with Ben, and I just couldn't get the pizza in my mouth because I was too drunk.
No. Never mind. We've all been there.
Terrible effort, but it was good. And to say that I was that hungover, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah.
I think if I'm not hungover this year,
things might be very different.
Yeah, things might be very different. But you should come and do that with us. That was a really good fun comp.
I will not be going out the night before.
Why don't we make it a tradition? Go out the night before teams comp, get smashed.
I don't think I ever want to go out again after your hen do.
Wow.
I just hate it.
That was so much fun.
I fucking hate going out. I hate people. I hate drinking culture. I hate fucking music that normal people listen to. I fucking hate it.
Oh,
I hate people being like, why don't you dance? What's wrong with you? Come on, dance. I don't want to dance. I don't like anything.
I did think
I just want to sit on my own.
Dancing you would get, and you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You just don't, do you?
No, I
like,
don't
you don't
dance.
have that point.
I don't want to. I dance on my own with my cats.
I like dancing. And that's
you are a dancer, though, aren't you?
One of the main reasons I go out, I feel like, just to have a little boogie.
No, I prefer to dance on my own without judgment. I'm traumatised from dancing when I was younger.
Literally no one's watching you on a night out.
I feel like they are. Somebody once said to me, I can't remember what they said, but they were making fun of me because I used to like...
Have you
be
got
like
a complex?
Yeah, I do.
Someone's giving you a complex?
Yeah, it was my
dancing on
ex-boyfriend.
nights out?
He mocked me for the way that I danced, and I never danced again after that.
Well, that's actually quite a sad story.
Isn't it? Well,
Yeah.
cockwomble.
Maybe you should get therapy.
Maybe dance therapy.
Dance away your feelings. That might be a good shout, you know.
Maybe dance therapy. That's the one.
Maybe when we do Camp VC next year, because they do some like dance workshops, we can go and do a dance workshop at Camp VC and get you over your fear.
I would have to do it where nobody knows who I am.
Well, no one would
I'd
know
go
who
to
you were,
Thailand to do it, or
Oh.
like
That's quite far.
Zimbabwe. Just nobody knows me.
I think you'd be fine. Once you start dancing, I feel like you'd open a door to like being able to just dance.
Maybe that would cause problems, though. Maybe then I'd just become a professional dancer
Maybe you could just
and
change
lose
your
all
life
of my clients.
trajectory. Well, I don't think you'd lose your clients from becoming a professional dancer.
And then I'd be like a dancer strength coach instead.
That wouldn't be a bad shout.
Strong dancing.
Strong dancing.
World's strongest dancer!
That could be your Instagram name. Everyone loves
be.
being world's strongest something or other.
They do, don't they?
Mm.
I don't know what I'm the world's strongest. My uncle beat me in an arm wrestle last week.
Wow, I bet that hurt.
Yeah, it did. He's 62. I'm really embarrassed.
Oh, you really need to start training again, mate. Get back to the gym.
My sister beat him.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse that Liz managed to beat him
I
and
know.
you didn't.
But she's so much stronger than me
She is
now.
really strong, Liz,
Yeah.
actually. I'll give you that. She is really strong.
God help anybody
She's
at
stronger than
Durham
me.
A&E who picks on her.
Oh, God, no.
Let's just sit on them.
Yeah, she'd. If she went into strongman, she'd be world's strongest woman.
She's
Within, I
too
think,
broken, though.
a year.
And full of anxiety.
Liz.
She can't enjoy herself because she's just like, ooh, dreading it and worried. It's ridiculous. I could shake her so fucking hard. I couldn't because she's too big and strong. I would shake instead. It's like trying to move a wall. I can't do it.
No.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
what is this podcast about?
Don't know. It's definitely gone in different ways. We should. I think we should save the silly goose when we make hot dogs later.
Yeah,
Are we making hot dogs later?
I think so. They're out of date by about a year.
What can go wrong?
When the apocalypse comes,
surely
like,
hot dogs
it
don't
doesn't
go out
matter,
of
does
date.
it? No, they're not made of real food.
No.
They're made of like eyelashes and pig flavour
Just mush
and
eyelashes
salty
and
water.
pig flavour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they ever go out of date. I
It
think
just
we'll probably
depends
be
whether the
fine.
tin's been.
Tampered with.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have a look, because I think I might have hot dogs if not. But if we don't, well, I haven't really got a silly goose anyway, so I need to think of one first.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless you have any silly goose ideas.
Did actually.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
So, do you know how peanuts grow?
No.
You need to Google it because there's probably a good reason why a lot of people are allergic to peanuts because they probably shouldn't be here. They're fucking weird. That is a weird nut. I'm sorry, but they are aliens.
Are peanuts the ones that come in the monkey nut shells? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you give to
Yeah, yeah.
monkeys? I don't know where. So I understand that peanuts come from that bit, but where does that bit come from?
Well, nuts normally grow on trees, don't they?
yeah.
These cunts don't. It's a little plant, right? The plant has flowers.
Yeah.
The flowers have, you know, some flowers have like a long fucking stem in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So they have a long stem and then it goes into the ground. And then that's where the fucking peanuts grow.
The peanuts grow under the ground.
Under the ground in their little husks from this little fucking penis that's come out of the flower and impregnated the earth.
What?
They're aliens.
I've never thought about where peanuts come from, and now I'm so
And
confused.
maybe those of us who are not allergic to peanuts, maybe we're also aliens
Maybe, yeah.
because we can eat the alien
Because we can,
plants and not die.
we can tolerate the alien peanuts.
But I now fully understand the problem with peanuts.
Wow.
They shouldn't be here.
Yeah, we just
They're
shouldn't
they're
have
not
them.
right. They're not right at all.
It's very odd that, 'cause I did think they were going to grow on a tree
Yeah,
or something similar.
no. Out the ground, like a potato,
Interesting.
but a potato that came off a penis flower.
What colour is the flower?
Don't know.
Oh, we'll have to have a look. Tell us in the comments what colour is a peanut flower. I'd like a peanut flower. It sounds like a nice thing.
Doesn't it?
Do you know what confused me the other day that we were talking about? How frogs breathe.
Oh yeah.
That was so confusing. I couldn't work it
They
out.
don't
at
have
all.
gills though, do they?
No, but they must breathe the air, but then they rely on water. Like, they have to be wet, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
Which just confuses me. Why? Like, you're either one or the other. You can't have both.
You know those days in the summer where it's really like it's been really warm and then it's suddenly really wet, and then you're driving along a country road and then you realise that all the little dots on the road are the frogs that you're about to kill,
Yeah.
and it just turns into a massacre.
Yeah,
And I feel so bad about it.
Yeah, I do as well. We've done that before. We went out, me and Ben and his brother and his brother's girlfriend. And we went to this little pub down the road. I can't remember if I've ever told you this. There used to be a bar in a village near us, and it was called the Millbank Arms, and it was ran by a guy called Neil, who was like, I don't know, 80, and he had a cocktail bar. It was
Right.
a cocktail bar, but it was like not a normal cocktail bar. It was like an old pub that he decided was a cocktail bar.
Okay.
And you went in and he had like an A4 binder with like about 1,000 cocktails that you could choose from. But you could order different cocktails and they'd come looking exactly the same. Or you would order the same cocktails and they'd come looking different. So you didn't really ever know what you were getting. And it was just him on his own. Like, he just like meandered away.
Is that like that lass on Schitt's Creek? The lass in the cafe? Who
Yeah.
has like a smoothie.
Yeah, it's exactly like
And
that,
she'll
yeah.
just put whatever trash is
Whatever you could
available
find,
into
yeah.
the smoothie.
And like we were I remember being sat in there one night and we were like all having a drink and having a laugh. Like sometimes you'd order it and he'd be gone for like 20 minutes. And you'd be like, where's he gone? He'd just be off doing stuff, other things. And then he'd come back and be like, oh, your cocktails, yeah. You'd be like, what? But then you could get so drunk on it though, because he definitely didn't measure anything. It was just such a weird, like, anomaly place. You know, when you walked in, you were like, this is just the weirdest, greatest place I've ever been. But we were sat in there one night and we were all absolutely smashed. And I watch a mouse run, like, across the door in front of us and just stand and look at us and be like, what the fuck? And then run away. And it was just fucking hilarious. But we went there as a group. And then as we were coming back from there, and we were smashed, apart from Jo, who was driving. And she started seeing these frogs on the road and she was like, no, the frogs. So she pulled over and we got out of the car for people to move the frogs. But Ben just put them in his mouth and kept trying to pretend to lick them because it was scaring us all. So, yeah, but we did move them after he'd finished licking them.
A horrible bastard.
I know, gross.
You're marrying him.
I wouldn't lick a toad. I found loads the other day when I was moving that ragwort.
Did you?
I didn't want to lick them though.
They don't look appetising.
They've got really golden eyes though, which I don't think I've ever noticed. Like beautiful gold eyes.
Oh.
Like that you want to take to make rings with or something. But I feel like they wouldn't
Frog
be as golden
eyes.
when they were dead.
No. They'd go a bit goopy.
Mm,
Smelly.
yeah. But
Oh.
that was a weird offshoot.
It was, wasn't it?
I think we'll probably call it there then.
That's quite a good silly goose.
I'd say so. Well, we talked about a lot.
We did.
And you can just be content with that.
Yeah.
That was the podcast.
Yeah, if you want more, pay us.
Give us some money!